I think the Grand National has changed. It's less about jumping than it used to be, obviously. The fences are a lot smaller than they used to be, and I think now weight matters an awful lot more, and finding your way to the Grand National without having to carry more weight than is needed is a must. It's just a high quality staying handicap chase now. The race has changed a lot, but Red Run was a very good horse, whichever way you look at it. I mean, Aintree used to light him up, but you have to remember he carried 12.7 to be beat a short head in a Hennessy. Red Run was always a very high class horse. Obviously jumping did matter more in those days, and whereas Red Run carried, I think, 10.4 to win his first Grand National, every year after that he carried 12 stone. I think every time we have a big quality chasing type horse comes into the yard, also owned by Mr. Hemmings, you're looking to hopefully one day think it could be an Aintree horse. Ballerbriggs never showed much over hurdles. I don't think he was placed first time round over hurdles, but he was a very fluent jumper with quite a high cruising speed, and as time went on and he needed an owner like Mr. Hemmings to give him the time, it was blatantly obvious that he would find jumping Aintree quite straightforward. Stamina was always going to be a little bit of an issue with him, but it was more important to have that cruising speed to travel on the bridle around Aintree and stay out of trouble than being flat out all the way and staying 4 miles. I think stamina is a little bit more of a must now in a Grand National because the jumping isn't quite the same issue. But you still need to have that cruising speed. They'll always go a gallop in a Grand National. It's that type of race. And there's some very good stayers that are taken out of the comfort zone very early on in the Grand National and then can never quite get back into a race. So Ballerbriggs was between a 2.5 mile to female chaser. Amberley House was very much a 2/2.5 mile chaser when he arrived with us. And it's that early cruising speed that makes a big difference. The rest is down to, fluent jumping would always help a horse get the trip better. So I think they all have a toughness and a willingness to do the job. My father saw Amberley House winning over 2.5 miles at Punchestown and came back and said to me, "I've just seen a Grand National horse." That was Dad. You make a Grand National horse, but you can prepare one 110% for that one day. And preparing a Grand National horse isn't about Cheltenham. It isn't about other days. It's about one day in that season and almost one day in its career. So it's a fine line between being clever enough to get him in off the right mark and also not getting in the race at all. The one thing that is a must is that, in my mind, they have to be trained for that one day and no other day.